About 1:47 p.m. on April 27th, 2019, my son Nate's birthday. It's the day after Arbor Day, but they're, like a lot of folks, they're celebrating Arbor Day today on this Saturday in beautiful downtown Champlain. And there's going to be some trees planted in the park. Temperature is 47 degrees when we shut our vehicle off. A little breeze, so it makes it feel even cooler. And that bridge there is under repair. I wanted to show that when we started. That's going to be closed for about a month. Hopefully open in time for the St. Mary's Bazaar Parade, the 52nd annual, I believe. Well, right now we're going to go inside the Champlain Meeting House where there's some crafts going on and find out what's happening in there. The first person you should look for when you go into a house is the lady of the house. Are you the lady of the house?
I'm one of the ladies in this house.
All right, Janet McPetridge, she and this fellow here, Clark Burdick, are the proprietors here.
I guess so.
All right, so what's happening today, Janet?
We're celebrating Arbor Day,
Uh-huh.
and in the activity room we have some activities going on for children.
All right.
So yeah, come on in.
All right, I'll follow you.
All right.
So there's some children and some. I am well, thank you. The camera's rolling. Be careful what you say.
So do you know Jolene?
So what are these children doing here?
At this table we're making some trees. Jolene can talk about that a little bit.
We're making trees and labeling the parts, the trunk, the roots, the branches, the leaves, putting in the occasional bird nest.
All right. I thought you only dealt with real trees.
Well, that's across the street, it's the real trees.
It's leading to the real trees.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
It's just kind of to give the kids a chance to hands-on the parts of the trees and the importance of the different parts, especially the roots.
The roots.
Especially the roots.
The roots.
And what do the roots do?
They help the food.
They give the food to the tree, and what else?
They hold the plant up.
They give it stability. Yep.
Roots are important too, right?
They are. All kinds of roots are.
All right, excuse us here as we
At this
wander
table,
through.
We're painting some rocks. It's part of that national activity where you paint rocks and you hide them. And people can either find them and place them in a new location, or they can take them. And
Okay.
it's happening all over the country.
Okay, these are kind of small rocks.
These are
Sometimes
small
you get
rocks.
bigger rocks. These would be easy to
Sometimes.
hide. These are
Yeah.
good thing you didn't hide them a couple of weeks ago at Easter time. Kids would have found them and took a bite out of them.
Oh, yeah.
They would have thought they're Easter eggs.
Yeah, so you can see some of the ones that are done down there. A lot of creativity in this room.
So that'll be hidden later today.
Well, we
Or
have
we
to
take 'em
seal,
home?
we have to probably take them home. They need to be sealed so the color
Okay.
doesn't wash off.
Okay, it's too soon to put them out into the wilderness.
Right, right. Easter rocks. Arbor Day rocks, right?
All right, then in about 10 minutes or so, we're going to be heading outside and planting
Yes.
some trees.
Yes, we're gonna go across the street to the playground and plant some trees.
All right, so who is putting this on? What is the
It's sponsored by the Village of Champlain.
Village of Champlain? And what do you have to do with the Village of Champlain?
I'm the newly elected mayor of the Village of Champlain, as you know.
Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
I hadn't heard about it. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure, my honor.
We finally got rid of that Greg Martin, and now
We miss him dearly.
I hope he hasn't left town.
He actually is out of town right now, yes. But he'll be back. He will be back, thank goodness.
All right, so how'd you end up with such a distinguished assistant here, running the show? How come you're here today, Jolene?
Oh, I had nowhere else to be.
Nowhere else to be.
No, I think it's important, and it's nice to be able to participate with the kids and do something in Champlain. Champlain! Yay!
Yay, Champlain.
Yay! Yeah.
Cooperative Extension, and what's your exact title, Jolene Wallace?
Horticulture program coordinator. Yeah, I had to think about it. I'm not coordinated, that's why I had a lot of thought went into that. So we're doing well. Lots of things going on at this time of year.
Yeah, I see in the paper there's all kinds of.
Yes, we've been doing workshops on a monthly basis. We have 3 more left, and then we'll go into, our regular stuff. We try to do some workshops during the winter to keep people informed and teach new things that they want to try. So we're doing well.
So when the nice weather breaks, they can get outside and put it to use.
You bet. You bet. But not too soon. Just because it's nice doesn't mean it's time.
Ask anybody who's planted corn too early in their any
Or
farmer.
tomatoes in May.
Yes.
Not a good
That
idea.
late frost will get you every time.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Jolene.
Sure thing. Bye-bye.
All right.
Grab my hand as you walk by. She just like grab my thumb.
That is a beautiful rainbow tree.
All right, I'm not sure if this is authorized or not. What's your name, first of all?
My name's Claire Dici, and we're making hearts on the fence to
Hearts
beautify
on the fence.
our town here in Champlain.
Okay,
And you can see
beautifying
a
the
few of
village.
the hearts have been made.
Okay,
We're trying to get some of the kids
to
to come on up and make some hearts
knit-
with yarn.
knit a heart.
Well, they're not actually knitting; they're just wrapping the fence.
If it has to do with yarn, I'm going to call it knitting. So.
Okay, that sounds fine to me.
So multicolored hearts here.
Yes.
Some are started, most of them are started here, but here's what they're going to look like. Here's what they're going to look like. So you drive by, you'll see all these pretty little hearts. And these folks are working hard to spread joy here in the village of Champlain on this Arbor Day celebration. In this little park here, which was located near what used to be the candy cupboard during my younger days. Recently it was a dress clothing store, but now available. And of course this used to be Route 9, as I often try to point out to people. Before 1967, when the Northway was completed, all the traffic from Canada that we now see in the Northway came right through here in the village of Champlain. Now, when I was growing up, the Grand Union and the A&P were both in that direction there. And then later on, one of them, I'm trying to remember, I know the Key Bank moved in the building right here, and trying to remember if it was the A&P or the Grand Union. I wasn't a big grocery shopper in my pre-marriage days, so I can't say for sure. I think it was the A&P that was here, and the Grand Union was up closer to the senior housing up near South Street on Route 9. Well, they've planted trees for the past several years, and they are surviving and thriving. They've all got buds on them. Clark Hurdick told us that he went around and inspected it and saw that there were buds on all the trees that they've planted. Looking even further back in history, I believe the town of Champlain Highway Department was once situated down here. And there was a fire, and I think it was the town. I don't think it was the village highway department that had the building in that area. The autumn blaze maple is what they're going to be planting today.
Before we actually put the tree in, okay?
Then I want to help. Then we can help.
Okay?
Joyce, they're going to say a few words.
Hey everyone.
Gather around. Gather around. Welcome to the Village of Champlain Arbor Day. This is our third annual Arbor Day celebration. Arbor Day was started in 1872 in Nebraska, of all places. And we're happy to celebrate it here in Champlain. If you look around our playground, we have planted 13 trees in the last 2 years, so this will be 14 and 15. We've been ringing the road here and then some in the playground, both for beauty and for shade, and of course it's super good for the environment. And I'm happy to say that I have a young woman here who's going to read a poem about trees. This is Savannah, so let's listen to her poem.
Trees, trees, trees. Trees can be short, trees can be tall. Whatever kind, I like them all. They give us oxygen, they give us air. We love them. We give them love, we give them care. We take care of each as if they were our own. From when they're seedlings, from when they're a seedling to fully grown, from berries to cherries, from apples to grapes, they give us different fruits and grow in different shapes. With their colorful leaves and long brown trunk, we know that beautiful trees are not junk. They need water, soil, space, and light. We give them those things day and night. So today we all say hooray for the trees' special day, which we call Arbor Day.
Yay! Good job! Right, nice job. Joyce, did you want to say a few words to the group about trees? Anything special about trees? I bet you like them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're cool, huh? All right, okay. I'd also like to announce quickly that we just received notification that we are now an official USA Tree City. So we're recognized across the country as a Tree City USA.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I know. So we'll keep working on planting trees. All right, let's plant these two beautiful maples. Everyone work together. Make sure everyone gets to throw in a shovelful of dirt. Got Clark and Jeff and Heidi here.
2 inches below the surface. That looks perfect.
Perfect.
Boy.
Go around to that side, Joyce. No.
All right.
You going with it, Savannah?
Whoa, wrong way, kiddo. Hey, let's be careful. You almost took that girl's head off.
Does anyone else want to use the shovel to throw in sand? Shovel full in? There you go.
Especially you youngsters, so we'll see this tree in 40 years.
Yeah, come back in 2059 and check on
Okay, just watch
how the
out
tree is
for
growing.
snakes.
I have seen them before.
That dirt looks so nice and black and nutritious. But I have seen dirt.
And we have a prize for the youngest. There's the youngest right there, youngest attendee. Should have wore his cap. It's kind of breezy. Everybody wants to help out.
I got it.
Sharing the load here.
Does anyone need a break from shoveling?
Here, Joyce. You want to go help with the next tree? I'll finish this up.
Alright, so we'll pick this up with the next tree. Clark's busy. Clark Hurdick's busy getting that one. I think he already threw it in the ground. He's taking it out of the ground so we'll have an official ceremony.
You guys want to go help with that one? I'll slow it down too. Although maybe we can switch so that I have to call it.
This is a one of those frisbee disc golf. Alright, Clark did the measurement and he found out we needed a little more dirt in the bottom, right?
Yes. You always fill from the bottom up.
You don't fill from the top down?
No, you can't do that.
Keep collapsing.
Try that. Doesn't work. What do you think? That gonna work?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, we'll put it in and see how it fits.
Yeah.
Now, Clark, if you come out here,
It looks pretty straight.
if you,
I think it looks perfect.
if you come out here every day for the next 20 years and keep lifting that tree, imagine how strong you'll be. But you got to do it on a daily basis.
It'd be
though.
tough once the roots get moving. Well,
This also an autumn maple.
yes, they're both the same.
All right, what's been planted here before, Clark?
We have probably 5 or 6 sugar maples. There's one honey locust and a couple of other, I guess you call them hybrid maples of different flavors. We put those in last year.
I can see some maple syrup in the future here in the
Oh,
village.
down around the corner we got some sugar maples coming in.
Okay.
But I checked the other day, and every tree that we've put in here has got buds on it, so it's made it. So
Yeah, through an interesting winter.
yeah, just got to keep the lawnmowers off from now. I look forward to doing the same thing up at Bob Ben Park real soon.
Yes. Yes. Unfortunately, we lost the trees a few years ago, but now we can replace them. And,
That's right.
'cause Bob Ben was your neighbor, and you know that one thing Bob
Oh,
liked
gosh.
was shade.
Oh yes.
He
Yeah.
burned very easily, so he
Yeah.
was always looking for shade. So I always call him a shady character. But
He was a great neighbor.
you think these kids will work as hard once the cameras are gone here?
They're all good workers.
You pay them by the hour, or
It's all volunteer.
all volunteer? Wow.
Yeah.
None of these are doing community service, right?
No. Well, none of the kids are.
You are, but the kids aren't.
Yeah.
So we're going to bid adieu to this tree planting ceremony. This park, though, is a tribute to the effort of the people here in the village. The community people have gotten together and made all this possible. And as you can see, the enthusiasm is not waning; it's continuing. So this is a look at Arbor Day in the village of Champlain, New York, 2019. And the youngsters are running around and enjoying the outdoors. Before I bid my final adieu, though, I have to, fortunately my memory kicked in at the right time. This was not the candy cupboard. The candy cupboard was over here. This was, of course, I think the IGA, Jefferson's IGA, I think, when I was growing up. And later, for many years, was a parts store, auto parts store. So that's the building that's here, and not the former candy cupboard by any means. So now we'll bid adieu to beautiful downtown Champlain on this April 27th, 2019.